Hello everyone, I am Navdeep. So I welcome you all into the Google training session. So today we will study the Google Classroom basics, and I hope that you will find the session as productive one. So friends, straightforward, moving to the Google Class. So this is the Google Classroom. And here you can see that these are the four basic tabs that we have. Steam Classroom, then we have people and grades. So stream is the basic and the first tab that we have, and the purpose of this tab is that we can make announcements to the students. So this is the name of our class, and here you can see this is the class code. And what is the use of this class code is basically used that this is a way that we can invite the students into our class. So I hope that presently the mechanism that we are using, the students might have already joined your class. And let us say if the students have not joined your class, so you can share this class code by copying this code. Clear? And you can copy this code and you can invite your students by sending this link to your students. So this is the first step. Now moving to the next step is that is the announcement part. So stream, the basic step is there that we can make announcements to our class. So let us work with the very first announcement is this is the class to whom we are making announcement, and from here you can select a different class also. And here the because class announcements are to all the students, so here you can select the students to whom you are sending the message. So I will sending the message to all the students. So welcome to Google Classroom, and today we will have the first session of, let us say, IP class at let us say 3 p.m. Here, and then is how to work this post. And when you are ready with this message, you can add the attachment from here also if you want to have. And here is the post option. And with this post option, you are finding out this arrow button also. Like you can schedule this post also, and you can save this message in your draft also. Let's say you want to send this post later on. So I will post this message, and after posting the message, this message uh, will be gone to the student screen. Now we'll be looking at the student screen also side by side at how the message is basically looked on the student screen. So let us move to the student screen. Yes, friends, now you can have a look at the student screen. So in student screen, as you can see that there are three tabs are there: stream tab, classwork, and people. So grading part will not be the part of the student stream. So let us say whatever the updation I have done on that side. So now you can see the message that I posted from the teacher screen. It is how it is visible to the students. So welcome to the Google Classroom, and my announcement is here. So this is how we can make use of the stream tab. The basic purpose is that is to make announcements, and whatever the message you want to convey to the students, that we can do with the help of this stream tab. Now Now coming back to the teacher's view. So this is the classroom that we are having. Here you are finding out all the 4 tabs are there. Now friends, you can look at here is that in the announcement section itself, this button is appearing before you when you bring the cursor to here. This is reuse post. The question is, what is the use of the reuse post is? Reuse post is that you have already made an announcement earlier and you want to basically make use of that post again. So the main purpose of this reuse post is to make the process faster, to make the announcement faster. So let us say I click on this. And you will find that all the announcements are appearing here. So let us say Ritu ma'am has made an announcement way back on 18th August 2020. So I want to make use of this announcement again. So I will just select this one and click on the reuse button. Clear? So the message will come before me and I can send this particular message to a different class also, not to the same class. So let's say from here I can select a particular class and I can send that message to those students. And I can select the as usual the students to whom I am sending. So I will be just posting this message. Clear? So now you can see that I have reused my earlier post. So this is the benefit of this. You can see here reuse post. So now coming to the next tab, that is the very crucial tab that we have, that is the classroom tab. Here in this classroom tab, now the major controls are here, like whatever the activities with students that we are going to perform. So when you just click on this create tab, so you will find all the different options are appearing before you. So first I will make use of this topic. So see how this topic works. So let us say my topic is Unit 1, Python Pandas 1. So this is the topic that I have created. So like this, whatever the topic you will create, that will come first over there. Now let us say that I want to post some material to this very topic. So I will again go back to this create, and let's say I want to add some material here. So let us say that is I want to pass here case based. Question bank. Clear? This is the material that I am having that I want to post. So if you have some description about that, you can add here. The next one is that whatever the material I want to share, then I will click this from the add button. So if the material is on Google Drive, so you can fetch it from the Google Drive option. You can share the link also. You can add a file and you can share a YouTube link also. So let us say I click on the file option. And then I move to this window browse button. And let us say this is the file that is there on my desktop, and I want to just attach it and share it with my students. Clear? So now you can see that attachment is coming up in this bottom part. So here on this right hand side, again to whom I am sharing. Clear? With which students I am sharing. And let us say this is attached to the unit number 1. Here is the unit number 1. So I want this material with the unit number 1. So I will just post this message here. And you will find that the message and the work is basically shared with the students. Now, let us try to have a look on the student window, how it looks like. Now, this is the student screen. So we'll just look at like see here that whatever the material I have shared with the students, now it is appearing that Navdeep Kumar, like whatever the name of the teacher is, that posted a new material. That is the topic is appearing here and which time it has came here. So I will show the classroom tab, open this, and you see here that this particular material has been added to the topic that I have created earlier. So this is how the student looks at this material, and you can see here the students can click on this topic, and this file is appearing to the student, and he can view this one like this. So whatever the material I have shared with the students can have a view, and later on if he wants to download, he can download that topic also. So this is the first option that we have used, that is how to create a topic and add a material to it. Now we move back to the teacher screen. Now friends, we are back on the teacher screen, and the first option we have gone through, that is how to use the topic, how to add a material to this. Now let us move to the assignment part. This is the assignment that we have, and let us say my assignment is like write a program to find the simple interest. So this is the assignment I want to give. So you can add the instruction here. Use Python language. Now see here the important aspect of this this assignment is that again to whom, which class we are assigning, students to whom we are assigning, and this is the points that how much marks you want to keep for this assignment. So let's say I want to have this just 20 marks for this one. So assignments are of two types, friends. One is graded and one is ungraded. So ungraded means when you will not assign any marks to this one, that will become a ungraded. Clear? Like ungraded one. So let's say I want to keep it as of 20 marks. Now let us say I want to have a due date also. So you can select here from the calendar. Let's say due date is the 11th May. I kept it. Clear? So, and is it related to a topic? So let's say this is to, it is associated with unit number 1 that I have created a topic earlier. Then when you have this rubric option is, so depending upon your subject, how you are going to, on which parameter you are going to evaluate your assignment. So you can keep the rubric if you want here. And there is one more option here is check plagiarism. As you know that some of the times students basically make use of cut copy option there. So check plagiarism, if you will enable this option. Clear? So you see here a message. The message is that you can enable originally reports on 5 assignments per class. So that these many assignments you can assign per class. Like 5 is the limit for this one. So I continue with this one. So what will happen that whatever the contents the student will post, so it will check the plagiarism. Means if it is totally copy paste, so then the this code and the software will work for me. And if the content is plagiarized, so I can straightforward say to students that you have copy pasted this material. So now I will go and like similarly here you can see with this arrow tab, you can schedule it. Clear? And for a later date, and save draft also, discard draft also, and I will say that go and assign this one. So now the assignment is there on the student side. Clear? Now, let us say we have a look at the assignment on the student side and how it looks like. So now I am back on the student screen. So I will first have a look at the screen. So you can see that whatever the assignment I have assigned to my students, that is there on the stream also, that message is displayed, that a new assignment is there, and write a program, that is the assignment that you have for the students. And when the students click on this classroom tab, so here the students will find, as you can see here, that the assignment is appearing here, and you are finding out that the message is here, the due date is also coming. Clear? Like here some many of the times you will see that here this the Google Calendar is coming here. Now what is the purpose of Google Calendar is, like whenever the we are assigning any assignment to the student, so or to the teacher view also in the both sides. So I will show you from the teacher view. Let us say from the teacher view what is the use of this Google Calendar is. So I am back to the teacher's view. So Google Calendar viewer to be noticed, like when I click on the Google Calendar, so it is opening up in a new tab, and I want to see, because the Google Calendar is attached with the our classroom. So let us say I move to the week, let's say it is still opening. So this is the next week that we have, and I want to move to the next week. So this is the calendar view I am having. And in the calendar view, that we want to see the highlight, that what is the purpose. Now, what is the purpose of the calendar is, here you can find out that I have gone to the, like you see here that I have assigned the assignment to the students on 11th of May. And here you can see that on that is May month is there, and 11th of May you are finding out that there is a assignment to the students. And similarly on the student side also, the Google Calendar will convey that on this day you have a particular event happening with regard to your class. So that is the importance of the Google Classroom calendar is, because calendar is attached to our classroom. So whatever the assignments and major topics we are assigning to the students, so that will be embedded to your calendar, and from your calendar you can easily look at the things that you have scheduled earlier, and you can later on check it out from your Google Calendar. So this is just, I want to highlight how the assignment and the things that we assign, how they are viewed on the Google Calendar. Now coming back to our classroom. So now try to go to the next tab. Now next we have a quiz assignment. So I think with the quiz, most of the teachers are nowadays familiar that we have made a lot of quiz. So again, you can go and start creating your quiz here, and let's say put a question here. So what is there in the assignment quizzes, like how to create a Google form quizzes, we are already familiar. Like let's say I click on this blank quiz. So this window will appear before me, and here I can create the Google form. And you know that how we work with this, we are already familiar. Let's say I want to create a MCQ based question is, so what is the capital of India? So let us say I create here the options. Easy question for students. So we are already familiar with this, so I will not spend a lot of time on this. Kolkata, and the next option is we set the Chennai. And here the you can create it as MCQ based. We know that there are short question is there. We can give a file upload option to the students, that if we want to go with the subjective questions, and with answer key, that I say that New Delhi is the right answer, and I, let's say, assign it to, let's say, 2 marks to the students. Done. So this question is prepared now, and if the answer is must to the students, make it as a required one. So, and then we can, after creating the quiz, we can send it. Clear. From here the link is created. You can copy the link, and if you want to shorten, this is very very important, that the we can use the shorter link. Shorten link is very very handy, because now it's very easy to post when we are making post on Facebook or anywhere we are posting. So this is very important, and just copy this one, and clear. And let's say we want to share this link. So after creating this one, and let us say I go to the streams, and I am sharing with, this is my link for the I have created with the Google form, and click on the link for test, and you can set the timing also accordingly. Clear. On which time you want to activate this one, and send a post for this one. So because we are familiar with the how to go with the Google Forms, so I have basically not gone to too much details of this one, because otherwise the presentation will be quite bigger one for you also. And now moving back to the teacher's view. So coming back to the classroom, and here in this classroom, let us say we work with, so whatever the things that are gone into the draft, if you can keep it at, if you want to delete this one, you can delete this one also. Clear. So from this delete option, whatever by mistake has come onto your screen, you can delete this one also. So create, and let's say the question we want to create, again the let's say on a certain topic we want to test the students. So let us say I give a question here. So write a program on data frame to delete a row based on index. Now here you can assign the marks to this very, and you can make it the question as ungraded one also. So like let's say I keep it as a 10 marks short answer based question, and student will write the whatever the response is there, and he will be writing the response, and assigning to this very class. And if it is related to a topic, so let us say I find that this is related to the topic that I have created earlier. Let's say unit 1. Clear? And I ask a question to the students, and definitely this question will be gone to the student side. And let us say we want to check it out, how it has reached with the students. So now we are back on the student view. So here you can see that the question that I have assigned to the students, that is there on their screen. Clear? And they can open it up. That very question. View the question. This is how, here you are writing the view the question, and here the student is writing his response. So whatever is the code is, okay, here the students will be writing the response, like whatever the code is there, and saying whatever the response he wants to give. So this is how we look at the student side. Just discard the option. And on stream side also, so whatever the question I have assigned, that is appearing here as an announcement also. So whatever the things that we perform from the teacher sides, it will also appear as an announcement to the student stream also, as well as when he wants to give a response, he needs to go to the classwork option and look at what task has been assigned by the teacher. Clear? And here he can, from here he can go and go for the response also. So now moving back to the, here we are back on the teacher view. And so this is how you can work with the assignment, assign the graded and ungraded assignments to the statement to the students, make a quiz. Clear? You can ask the questions based on any topic to the students. Maybe it is subjective one or a MCQ based question also. You can post the materials whenever you find that I have finished a particular topic and I need to share some material, and that material you can share after creating a topic also. That makes more relevance that your topic, like you see here that first I have created here, these are my topics, unit 1 Python pandas, and these are my materials and the related questions and assignments. So this way, and here you can find out use Python language, and the question I have asked, and it is assigned to 6 students, and turn on 0 means still no student has given any response to this one. And moving to the next tab, friends, this is the tab, people tab, and you will find the list of teachers. You can add the teachers also if you find that some of our colleagues want to work in the same class, multiple teachers working in the same class, so we can assign here multiple teachers. So as you can see here, like this is the list of the teachers, and in the bottom side this is the list of students, and those who have joined the classes, so their names are dark, and those who have yet to join, so that is the color is coming in this particular way. So this is where you can get the student and teacher information, and the last tab is the grade 1. So that is also important. So as you can see that we have 2 types of assignments, like we have graded assignments and ungraded assignments. So when you want to assign the marks to the students, so let us say I have given a assignment, clear, and I want to assign marks here. So let us say out of 20, score is 15. Clear? Move to the next one, and this is how you can assign the marks, and a record is created for you. Here, so like this way, you can assign the marks to the students, which are the graded assignments. That is the only point that we need to remember. So like whatever the assignment you are checking out, you can assign the marks like this. So this was about the assignments. So we have discussed the basics of all the tab stream that is there for announcements. So here is the main tab for us, that here we have to work upon the all the ways how we can work with the assignments, quiz, question material, and so coming back to this topic. So this is the student view that we were sharing earlier. And at last we have this teacher. So we have focused upon all the tabs. Friends, if you still find any doubt, so we are here to support you. So I hope that you find the today's session as the productive one. If you still have any doubt, so you can ask the question as and when required. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining the session.